You're in the zone, the superhero zone. Cue intro. Hello, and welcome to Superheroes 101. My name's Xavier, and I'll be your host. And welcome to Power Month, Ranger fans. As you know, it's Power Month, and that means for my channel, Superheroes 101, that means that I will be giving you more superhero-related content. As you can see from my last video, if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. It was on the second episode of Power Rangers Dino Fury. Now, on this video, we're going to backtrack a year and go back to beastmorphers. I'm going to talk about my two favorite characters of Power Rangers beastmorphers, Blaze and Roxy, and how Hasbro and the writers of the show did them dirty. So if you're ready for this video, let's get right into the video. But before we get into the video, if you're interested in my superhero related content, you can follow me on my TikTok and Instagram, where I post really cool, fun related, superhero related stuff that's not just Power Rangers. It's diversified between all different superhero genres. So if you're interested, you should go check it out. Link in the description, and my handle should be on the screen somewhere. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this video. So as we know, Blaze and Roxy weren't always the great villains that they were. They were originally supposed to be the red and yellow beastmorphers Power Rangers before they got corrupted by Evox and turned into the cyber villains we know and love today. Now, I have a problem with the way they wrote these characters. Now, the writers of the show obviously did a great job writing the show. I love this show, right? No hate towards the show or what they did with the characters at all. I'm just saying that they should have done more. What I'm saying is they should have dove deeper into Blaze and Roxy's backstory. Blaze and Roxy were part of the main cast of Power Rangers beastmorphers, so they should have gotten the backstory and a little bit of their motivations and what drives them to go forward. Like, for instance, Blaze and Roxy became villains for a year. Is it a year gap between seasons 1 and season 2 of beastmorphers? They became bad guys essentially for Evox for about a year, and the real Blaze and Roxy were stuck in a coma, and the only way to keep them alive were in these cryogenic kind of tubes, right? And when it comes to season 2, they completely ignored all the character development around these characters, and they completely trashed them because we barely see real Blaze and Roxy, and when we do, they're not associated with Grid Battle Force, which makes me a little bit upset. So going back to season 1, obviously Blaze and Roxy were turned into these evil, villainish avatars who still have the same memories and not the same feelings as their original counterparts did. But in season 1, the real versions of Blaze and Roxy were turned into comas. Now, yeah, so Blaze and Roxy in their villain forms seemed like they were angry at Devin and Zoe because they were always target Devin and Zoe when they would have their little battles. And honestly, I get why they did it because, Devin and Zoe took Blaze and Roxy's spots to be the red and yellow rangers of the beastmorphers Power Rangers team. And honestly, I feel like I wish they could have went deeper into that story. And I wish that they could have, really dug deeper with that story and that would have brought more people to the franchise. And honestly, it would have enhanced the story a little bit better because Blaze and Roxy, especially in season 2, were sidelined to side characters. Okay, so right now let's talk about the relationship between, Blaze and Devin. In the first episode, Blaze and Devin get into a giant karate battle with each other and start attacking one another because Devin wasn't paying attention to Blaze's instructions because Blaze was a karate teacher in that situation. So they got into a giant fight, ultimately resulting with Devin having to leave with his dad because his dad is disappointed in what he just saw. So yeah, we skip to season 2 of beastmorphers. You have Blaze and Devin are best buds now for some odd reason. It doesn't make sense. Like, you can't be best friends with someone that you hated almost a year ago. Well, you could, but in the story sense, this doesn't make sense at all. And honestly, I wish they could have changed it up. I wish that in season 2, they would have made Blaze and Roxy either the Silver and Gold Rangers, or they would have made them their own American exclusive Rangers. And if they would have made them their own exclusive Power Rangers, this would have added more character development. By adding Blaze and Roxy on the team, Blaze and Devin would often butt heads with who is the leader and who is in charge. And honestly, I would have liked to see that, and they would have grown from that experience of them butting heads, and they would have been friends by the end, and not friends right away, skipping a bunch of stuff in character development that we should have seen. So now going back to Blaze and Roxy's backstory, I would have liked to see their parents, siblings, whatever. I would have liked to see more of them. We got a little bit on Roxy, that Roxy was dating Ravi, but before they joined Grid Battle Force, they had to break up because apparently when you're Rangers, you're not allowed to date. Obviously, that rule was broken because Zoe and Nate are dating, and they are deeply in love. And honestly, it would have worked. And then, honestly, they could have went deeper on the characters, and they would have made the audience love them more and more. As a fan of both Blaze and Roxy, going back to this American-based Ranger thing, honestly, they could have done it because in the Sentai, we had a Frog Zord, a green Frog Zord that they could have used for Roxy's character. And also in our footage, we had the Beast X King Zord. You could have repainted Blaze's Season 1 Evil Ranger suit blue and gold and called him the Beast X King Ranger. And honestly, that would have made more sense because each Ranger, in my opinion, should have their own Zord. And then in the Sentai, you had the Frog Zord, and you could have made Roxy a Frog Ranger. And honestly, you could have kept her original suit design, and that would have added more uniqueness to their characters. Honestly, I'm sad that they didn't spend the proper time developing Blaze and Roxy's character and their character developments and what their motivations are. But that's what the comics are for. They currently have Power Rangers Unlimited. They currently have Power Rangers Run in the comics. They could explore this in the comics if more fans demand it. And honestly, I'm talking to you, Boom Studios. Please make this comic of Blaze and Roxy's backstory because I need to know what, they went through and honestly, what the characters are like now. But honestly, they didn't get the character development that they deserved. They didn't get to become Rangers like I think they deserved. And we didn't get this character development, but Power Rangers is coming out with an animated show and they can explore it more. And according to stuff I've seen on social media, the whole Beast Morphers cast would like it if a Power Rangers Beast Morphers went animated. And I honestly think the animated show is a perfect way to represent these stories that we're missing and that we wanted in the Power Rangers universe that is still canon but animated. And yeah, that was my thoughts on the characters of Blaze and Roxy and how the writers, executive producers, and the directors did them dirty in a sense. But I'm still happy that we got their characters. I still love Blaze and Roxy. They're still my favorite villains. And leave your favorite villains down in the comments below. And thank you for sticking to the end of this video. And honestly, it's Power Month and you'll be getting more Power Rangers related content as well. This has been this video. If you're interested in my superhero related content, you can follow me on my Instagram and TikTok. I post really fun stuff over there, and so you should go check it out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on my post notifications if you like this video and you're interested in seeing more of my superhero related content. And yeah, thanks again for sticking to the end of this video, and I'm excited for the rest of what Power Month holds for the Power Rangers fandom. And yeah, I post Mondays, Fridays, and sometimes Wednesdays. But yeah, if you want more content from me, you're gonna have to wait to my very next video. Goodbye, you guys.